A very good morning. Welcome on board to Smart Means Business, and we are here on the 10th day of April 2023. This is Smart Means Business Easter Monday edition. How are you doing? How has been your Easter holidays? They do come to an end today because most of the businesses will be reopening tomorrow. Most of the workspaces will be open again since they closed office on Thursday evening. That was on Holy Thursday. Normally, some of them actually closed on Thursday afternoon. It was a lot of kind of situations because it is a 4-day holiday, and you get to realize that the business community, it does seem to be a little bit more silent, not so active as of today, and as it was during the entire weekend, not only on Sunday, but it does look so even today. But well, of course, the week does not definitely provide us with an estimation that it would not be so well, or it won't be so busy, just because the Monday kicked off with more of what I can call a boring kind of situation. You're still watching Smart 24 TV. For those of you who've been here with us as we started off the morning show at 6:30 a.m. with the news recap. I hope you're doing okay, because for us, we are definitely here to make sure that you do not feel out of information when you are at home during these particular holidays. My name is Jerome Paul Sonko, and what a way to kickstart off your week. Well, as the week is starting, remember that by tomorrow, it is quite important for you to kickstart off your investment journey. But how possible can that be? *292# is the USSD code that you can use today. And you will definitely simply get ushered into the Zabu platform, where you can register today with just using your national identification number. Now, after registration in the next 24 hours, you will be able to invest and buy, as well as sell, and of course, grow your investments. Buy government bonds, invest in securities, and all this is a wide scope of saving opportunities while you are investing. So you're investing, not only investing though, but you are not only investing, but you're saving for investment. The opening time on the platform are 8:15 a.m. and closing time does seem to be 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. Zabu, my money, my future. Alltech East Africa says do something new. Well, what something new can you do for yourself is quickly kickstarting of your investment journey by quickly going into a platform that gives you the advantage of starting out lots of things. And which lots of things can you do? It is the week of the post-Easter holiday week, the first month, when you realize the first few weeks of the month of April were filled up with enjoyment. And so you always have to put yourself into considerations that, well, how best can I go into that kind of situation? But well, also, if we continue to put you into the mood for a business week, you are supposed to be reminded that the ideas and the elements of moving together within the ever-evolving world is to have information. The information that you have, on the other hand, may not necessarily have to relate to business, but social factors, key priority. The weekend was filled up with a lot of business because most of the Ugandans were actually heading to their rural areas. In Uganda here, for the people watching us from Kenya, you get to realize that for those in Uganda, normally during festive seasons, it's a Ugandan culture's kind of situation where whenever it is the festive season or whenever it is a holiday season like Easter holidays, if it's a 4-day, Ugandans tend to actually head back up country, especially to their villages or to their ancestral homes, to at least celebrate this particular day with family and relatives. So you realize that Masaka Road was caught up with a lot of traffic as of Friday morning and Thursday evening. Then it was like the entire Good Friday. Then when you look at also Jinja Road, same kind of situation, people heading to Mukono, those who are heading to Jinja, heading to Busia, name it, Malaba, Mbale, everywhere. And then also those, you get to realize also those who are actually heading to Gulu, Arua, everyone was actually heading out of the city to go and celebrate their Easter holidays with family, friends, and relatives that they've actually taken time without seeing. Most of them had actually last saw these people in that was during the festive season, the week of Christmas holidays. That was December of 2022. Well, I don't know how about you though, because by the look of things, the emphasis of getting information is to rely on lots of things. And besides that, as we kickstart off the show here, there was a report of UCC to Parliament as implementations of the regulations by UCC are supposed to be greatly monitored. Now, UCC did appear before Parliamentary Committee of ICT in Parliament. That was last week, and one may actually say when they were appearing, there are lots of things of discussions, of course, and later on in the show we shall be bringing you up to speed with what was discussed there. That will be in our SMB Insight, as UCC was before the Parliamentary Committee on ICT, as they were talking regulations, and of course talking about regulations doesn't actually end with what UCC intends to provide, but rather also goes to situations to do with what else is it supposed to happen, because before the end of March, UCC also promised to establish 60 ICT clubs in the school, in different schools rather, in most of the parts of the countries. So these are some of the things that you really need to know of, or you really need to be up to speed with this kind of information. But later on, with this particular update, we shall be getting deeper in understanding what was discussed before the committee, as the Uganda Communications Commission was before the Parliamentary Committee presenting a report. And of course, during that, there were discussions which I did mention about regulations, and of course monitoring of these regulations as well, and making sure that everything does move on faster. Later on we shall be having more details regarding that particular update later on as we move forward and move further in the discussion. Okay, now besides that, let's get into our SMB press review this morning. All right, now speaking of the press review, we've got the Daily Monitor and the New Vision. We have different details regarding that, and as a matter of fact, there is something about secrets of an armed beggar which have been revealed by the Daily Monitor. Now, in Health Living, the cost of treating kidney failure in Uganda, why you should be living a health-free life. There is a report coming in here. Now, government does continue to struggle to recover youth funds, and according to the Daily Monitor, the government is finding it difficult to recover billions of shillings that were loaned out through the Youth Livelihood Scheme. If you know so well, that is the Youth Livelihood Program was initiated by the NRM government. Now, furthermore, in the Easter celebrations, homosexuality iron sheet scandal dominate Easter sermons, as across the country, preachers definitely were preaching about resurrection. Where I was for Sunday service, it's resurrection. Resurrection service, he is risen, and that means everything you do is you are reborn again. And besides that, experts have warned over fattening of chicken. It's a big trend though, because by the look of things, lately, because of the demand of chicken on the market and the hunger to make more to make more profits, has pushed many Ugandans to actually go in for this kind of fattening of chicken, whereby the chicken is not ready, but because there is market, the types of food, the boosters they give to these young chicks, just for them to grow within a month,
is something that is worrying for the experts, and they are warning against fattening of chicken because there are health implications related to that, regardless of the fact that the people really need these particular businesses to keep moving. Now, Muslims have tabled 5 demands to government. Which demands are those? Daily Monitor. Muslims are in the Ramadan season, by the way. In a few days, a few weeks' time, they will be celebrating Eid Day. And there's also a detail regarding how the accident that killed 9 people during the during the Easter holidays. They were heading home. What really happened? What happened? How did the accident kill 9 people? Big report by the Daily Monitor is coming in this morning. So by the look of things, you can easily see what is coming in from the details here as well. Furthermore, with the press review this morning, we look now at the new vision as the Inspector General of Police has ordered probe on top police bosses as Ochola makes changes in CID, and he has appointed new anti-narcotics boss. Who is that? In page 3, as the new vision brings you more details. Now, on the issue to do with corruption, corrupt civil servants will be crushed, according to President Museveni. This is courtesy of the new vision. He does say. Then furthermore, the court landlord ordered to pay 1 billion shillings to tenants. There's a full story of that particular incident. Now, Easter wishes, the First Lady's Easter message to Ugandans. It's in the new vision here. And Christians celebrate Easter. And discussions about how Easter was, all that and more is in the new vision and the Daily Monitor this morning. Bigger question is, however, is that what is happening within the country as experts warn over fattening chicken. I did actually reveal that animal conservationists have raised the flag over fattening of broiler chicken to attain the required weight for sale in every time. By the look of things, chicken is made to grow at a faster rate, but when you make it grow at a faster rate, their mortality rate is high, hence causing economic loss to farmers at the end of it all. Well, it's Monday. It is Easter Monday. I don't know how you celebrated your Easter holidays, though, because even today is Easter Monday. I don't know how you celebrated it today. On Friday, it was strictly religious because it was the way of the cross in context to the Church of Uganda, or Anglicans and Catholics religions. Then, moving further, Sunday was quite open for all the Christians. Obviously, Saturday is the SDA day, so it's Seventh-day Adventists who normally have their Sabbath on Saturdays. So it's a casual, normal Saturday for those. And then Sunday was Easter Sunday. I don't know how you spent your Easter though, because everyone has good days. Someone was actually mentioning that it has seemed like, according to the way holidays, these public holidays, or these holidays that used to be the thing back in the time, are being celebrated lately, pretty much gives us a different thought about certain things. Because at the end of the day, when we were still young, at the time when you would definitely say the early 20th century, that is the first decade of the 20th century, from 2000 to around 2011, 2010 probably, was the celebration moods of such days was quite a different one. I won't mention about maturity or anything, but it was quite a different one. The atmospheres during that time were quite different. And of course, you could feel the urge that it was indeed a public holiday. And so you want to ask yourself questions whether is it a change, or is it because of economic instability for most of the Ugandans? But I don't know how you celebrated your Easter holidays. But as we're heading on ground now this morning for the traffic updates at Access Road, that is at the Ginger Road traffic lights for those who are actually coming into the city, that is around the former Electoral Commission offices. That particular place, or those particular traffic lights, lead you direct to the capital of Kampala, especially for those who are actually coming from Bugolobi, those who are coming from Jinja, Mukono, all those who are coming from the eastern route of Kampala. That is the easiest route you can use. Well, there are also those who actually use the Gayaza and Pelele route, but this is the route that most of the people use. you can easily see that for vehicles that are actually coming in from Zambia, Namwongo, those who are actually coming in from Chibuli, heading to the capital or heading to the city, heading to these traffic lights, that lane is normally very busy on a Monday. But it's Easter Monday, so you definitely expect only the self-employed Ugandans to be working today or to be heading to work, and of which some of them are also on holiday, simply because they are today is a day of enjoyment, at times leisure activities, people chilling and sighting with one another, trying to as well adopt the kind of atmosphere that the Easter holidays have been bringing. But of course, for those who actually get the money or are up for the money on a daily, they are already out to make sure that they make more money, even on such a day that does seem to be a busy one. But that does seem to be quite a boring one in context of business. So by the traffic observation this morning, you get to easily realize that by the look of things, it's still a dull day. It does start with a dull day. It's almost evident that it's only the taxis that are on the road or occupying the largest percentage of the road users, followed by the border riders, because yesterday most people actually are away. The Ugandans and enjoyments are quite, you can never go without putting them in the same statement or in the same sentence anyway. But by the look of things now, by the observation, it's does seem to be a dull day for the business community in the country. Someone once mentioned and said, in Uganda, we tend to put our economy on rest. And the example they used was one in Egypt, that when you look at Egyptians, if you were to travel to Egypt, even in the night, 2 a.m. in the morning, that's 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, there is always a working community that is operating as though it is daytime. But well, when you look at Uganda's economy now, for example, the economy closed roughly, especially for those in the formal sector, closed roughly on Thursday afternoon. And the next few days, that is Good Friday, Saturday, the informal sector was the one operating, and that was only during daytime. Sunday, very few businesses were operating. Same applies to Monday today. You would expect some businesses to quickly put us back into the mood of making money, but it's otherwise, surprisingly. But well, Tuesday, no wonder you would actually see that on Tuesday the traffic jam will definitely be intense. Why? Because one, you'll expect most people coming back from their villages, others actually heading back to their businesses, or even today evening, you will expect a lot of traffic flow, or a lot of, and we tend, as Ugandans, I believe, we tend to give ourselves a lot of holidays. Well, it is necessary for one to get leisure time off their work and off their duties, but at times I think we take the holiday thing so seriously, and we forget to drive the business that it's supposed to be driven anyway. But of course, here on Smart 24 TV, we are dedicated that if we are kick-starting off your morning, it is quite important for you to know details regarding business and for you to kick-start off the morning with lots of information. And this kind of information will then drive you to understand the perspective of the business atmosphere in the world, and of course create room for you to grow, for you to prosper, for you to at least put yourself in positions that clearly give you an advantage over the rest. It's not easy. It's a weekend that we are definitely going to be looking back at and ask ourselves questions. What then will be happening in the next few days of this month of April? You're watching Smart Means Business. As we're heading into the break, remember to invest in government bonds and securities. Today is a public holiday. The markets are closed, but you can register for those who have not registered. So it's a no-hassle kind of situation and mentality for those who subscribe to Zabo. *292#, register with the national identification number
Kickstart of your investment tomorrow at 8:15 a.m. when the markets do open up rather. They will be open from 8:15 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. That is from Monday to Friday, only closed during the weekends and on public holidays. But with the platform, you can invest with just a minimum of 15,000. For example, those who want to invest in government bonds, and then those who want to, invest in other securities, the platform is quite open for you. Kickstart your investment, invest and grow with Zabu. Zabu, my money, my future. Alltech East Africa, do something new. After the break, we shall be looking at the latest coming in from the world of Caribou East Africa, that is within the East African region. What are the trends and what is the business information coming out from there? Then besides that, we shall be looking at the SMB International News. Good morning.
Smart 24, driving business.
The Uganda Development Corporation is a government-owned investment firm tasked with promoting Uganda's industrial and economic development.
Soroti Fruit Factory is our flagship project. Its aim is to grow that business of adding value to fruits in this country. This country is endowed with a lot of resources. NADSO WC have been supplying inputs to farmers. The inputs are reaching a period where we need to add value. Talk about fruits, we are going to have a challenge if we don't move fast with the value addition component. So Soroti Fruit Factory is meant to address this gap, to process fruits, and mainly oranges and mangoes.
The Soroti Fruit Factory and Teju products are valid certification permits of UNBS because we renew them after 1 year.
Our membership are normally primary cooperatives, and we have 59 primary cooperatives. But when you translate that into individual membership, we have close to 6,000 members. Our area of coverage is very large. We cover 10 districts. We have estimated 80 million fruiting trees in Teso. And every season, we have 2 seasons, first season and second season. First season, we normally get around over 800,000 tons. That's why you find, the farmers have to look for other markets like in Kenya, Rwanda, and sometimes Southern Sudan.
We must clearly understand the aspect of a cooperative. A cooperative is a voluntary organization formed by members for the members, and it is democratic. They carry out their own decisions on how to perform. But for me, particularly the Soroti Fruit Factory was initially supposed to assist Soroti fruit growers. So what happens is that the government, in its wisdom, made a partnership. We organized the Soroti fruit growers into a cooperative society. This was an opportunity for them to come together. You produce differently, but you'll be able to market it together.
We are in a race for development with other nations. This UDC is one hell of an ammunition that we can use for our country. So, but we need to oil the ammunition. UDC and government and private sector. Let's get our act together.
We are also the biggest makers of concentrate, orange concentrate and mango pulp in the country. For oranges, we buy Hamelin, Washington Naval, Valencia.
We used to bring it fully from import. Now part of this import we substituted with the Soroti orange. Like that way, and in future also we are, because it is available in good quality fruits, pulps are available now here.
I do take it to Soroti Fruit Factory. I have about 280 trees. Those oranges have enabled me to do so many things. I've educated my children now. Many of them have graduated. I've managed to build my house.
This fruit farm is quite productive, because this is one of the source of income for our family, to see how we can extend this farm even up to the village, because we started some in the village.
If you plant the oranges and you look after them well, by the 10th year, you will be getting 24 million from 1 acre. From 1 acre. So that's why the NRM recommended that for the 4 acres model, number one, coffee, if you are in an area which can grow coffee. Number two, fruits.